Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to get all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, rule web, and a great example to his younger brothers in the truth, and peace and blessing to the hopeful elect. Lord, with this edifying lesson, before I play this video, I'm going to get this precept right here. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 5 and verse 6. It reads, Salakia. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 5 and 6. Salakia. It reads, Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. So at the end of the day, ultimately, all we got to do is trust in the Lord, man. And things going to come through, Salakia. But things going to come, the Lord going to make things happen on the behalf of his elect. Lord willing, we're a part of that number. Lord willing, we're a part of the hopeful elect. But let's go back to the video, because there's a video from Dabu 7. From last week. It's a nationwide baby formula shortage hit shocking levels, sparking panic among parents. And let's play it. And before we play it, women who coming into this truth, you shouldn't be fucking giving your babies baby formula anyway, man. Pump the milk out, man. Get you breast pumps, and because majority of women can't produce breast milk. They just choose not to. So if you are pregnant, print it. How you say it? I said print, but get your milk sucked out and do that, man. Go the natural route, regardless, because that's gonna be more healthy for your baby. Cause all you giving them in the eat baby food, all that shit is trash, man. Fucking these kids up, you know. But let's play it.
This is Dabu 7. A heads up here as we have a warning on the baby formula, and the shortage is hitting a new level. And we have people upset out here stating that the mainstream media, they could go on for an hour talking about toilet paper shortages, can't seem to find any time to talk about the baby formula shortages. And people are highly ticked off, as they're saying now, that at retail locations across the U.S., about 40% of the top-selling infant formula products are not in stock. Okay, and they say that this is a shocking number because you don't see this in other categories. They say that they've been tracking it over time, and it's going up dramatically. So Walgreens, CVS have already put a limit on baby formula products and how much each shopper can buy. This is happening with everything. We're living in a massive orchestration right now. I hope people are paying attention. We've been warning and warning for a long, long time. Okay, and it's just creeping up in different sectors. This is one of them. And there's the argument. Some could say that they don't even need this junk. It's full of toxins, and that the mother should breastfeed. And there's an argument from both sides, because others are going to say, well, I don't have time to do that, can't do that, this and that, yada, yada. And regardless, while they're over there arguing about it, the price of this is going up. And people out there do need this and are going to be desperate. And some are going to be forced to actually have to go the breastfeeding route and things like that, or nothing. It's that or nothing when it comes down to it, especially if there's nothing on the shelves and you cannot get your hands on baby formula. I'm telling you, this is all part of the orchestration. It's going to get worse from here. I hope that you guys have a plan. This is just one item. We have big events coming right around the corner, guys. We've been warning for a decade to get ready for these things, man.
And that's pretty much the point. But I see this comment. They say my wife tried like crazy to breastfeed, but never was able to produce milk. It could be diet, it could be other things. Ultimately, for the main part, I got guarantee is because of the diet that we on. But it is some women who seem to can't produce breast milk. But you want to know what? If this was a righteous world, guess what? that man to have more than one wife anyway, you know. So you may have one woman that can't produce breast milk, but if you had two or three women, guess what? One of the other ones that just recently had a baby will be able to produce breast milk, man. You know, so hey, the Lord got things covered, man. If that was, if this was the perfect world, but it's not. If this world was ran in righteousness, it's not. That'll be able to be done. You'll have more than one woman. They'll have women or you'll have other women who could breastfeed to suffice, man. You know, but say you can't breastfeed and you're a believer, and some the Lord got to where your breast not producing milk. Still trust in the Lord, man. He gonna make a way for you to get your Similac or Enfamil, whatever you give your baby to feed them, man. The Lord gonna provide. Trust in the Lord. That's why I got that scripture first for trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him and he will direct thy paths, man. Roughly paraphrasing. Do that, and guess what? The Lord gonna make a way to provide. You may find stores that actually got it. You may be able to get you a couple extra cans every time you go. You know, anything can happen. You just gotta trust in the Lord. But it's a more video. Let's see. Let's get this one too.
This is Dabu7. Another heads up here as we have high inflation leaving food banks struggling to meet needs. This is bad. A lot of people leaning on the food banks in places like this as a last resort. And now they are struggling as the shelves are getting wiped out in some places, and it's starting to become specific items that people are seeing missing. Whether it's a certain chip that they like or it's a certain brand of bread that they like, they're noticing it's missing. And there's only one or two options instead of the five or six that they used to have. Other items are just completely gone. We've talked about the baby formula across the country. It's just now getting worse and worse and worse as the cost of gas is rising as well, and the power of your dollar is deflating daily. We have people, everyday families, that are going on record in these interviews saying that we don't know what we're going to do now. We've sold everything. We don't know how to pay for gas and groceries and the mortgage and all of this as it just continues to rise. There are hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions, in this boat right now that don't know what to do. And it's only going to be a bigger issue come the end of this year. The only thing that I can really do at this point to try to tell people is to mitigate it all by planting crops. Now, that's easier said than done for some, but if you're in an apartment, if you've got a balcony, if you've got any spot whatsoever to grow something, I would begin this year, even if you've never done it. Tomatoes, potatoes, beans, whatever it may be. Come the fall of this year, when things are astronomically higher in terms of prices, and I'm talking in all sectors, the food is going to be scant. There's not going to be a lot of it. And we know this because we have very shallow water levels coming from the snowpack this past season. We have all the farmers screaming that they're not even putting plants in the ground, all because of the fertilizer issue, all stemming back to the staged global event. It's all about controlling the masses in every single country, including yours, no matter where you're at. That's what we're living through. And until the people get it together and come together and rise together to stop this, all the evil politicians.
And that's pretty much the point, because we not coming together to rise to stop a goddamn thing. Hey, the elect of the nation of Israel is glorying in this because the Lord said these things were going to happen. It say food banks are, this the title of what he put, food banks are struggling to meet needs of citizens at almost all locations across the U.S. So, hey, the U.S. is going to be turned into a third world country. Little do you people know, man. And it's going to be hard to get food. It's going to become scarce, you know. Um, And he got a lot of different ones, but let's try to go to one of his other pages. That's pretty much the point. But let's get these precepts. As you see, the talks of famine ain't going nowhere, man. It's steadily increasing, man. But let's get this. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 25. It say, I have been young, and now I am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. His slash her, you know. That seed begging bread, man, because the elect is gonna eat, man. The Lord is gonna take care of his people, man. Those who the elect, the Israel of God will be taken care of, man. We just gotta trust in the Lord. We gotta call upon him. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and they are safe. Things might not happen exactly when you want. It might seem, like you might not see it, but the Lord gonna come through some kind of way, shape, form, or fashion, man. If you truly believe, you know, that's where the power lies, in your belief, in your faith. The power lies within that. So that's why you trust in the Lord with all thine heart. You know, and lean not into your own understanding, man. Acknowledge in all your ways acknowledge Him, who Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You know. But the scriptures say, never have he seen a righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread, going into the baby formula. These toddlers and your little children. The Lord gonna provide for them, man. You know, you just gotta believe it. And if the Lord don't provide for them, maybe the Lord use you to bring back a soul that was to be destroyed in the upcoming evils, man. But at the same time, you just gotta trust in the Lord. You know, the Lord's gonna take care of your seed, man. Spirits are brought back for judgment and some brought back for deliverance. We just gonna expect the worst and hope for the best, man. That's all we can do, cause we can't save our own self, man. We can't save, we damn sure can't save nobody else. All we can do is work on our own salvation with fear and trembling. And within that, the Lord say he gonna bless our kids as well and gonna take care of us, man. You know. And kids will be saved. That's why the scripture brought this out. This First Timothy chapter 2 and verse 15, straight to the point. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and sobriety and holiness with Salaka. If they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. So the woman gonna be saved through childbearing in some cases, in a lot of cases, especially those 7 women taking hold of one man. Only let us be called by thy name. Those women, the only way you can be called by a person's name, you have to be married into them. That's why the last name changed, and you become that person's um wife, so to speak. When your name when your name is changed to his name, and ain't gonna be no condoms and rubbers and pulling that in that day, man. You know, if we do it, it ain't gonna be no pulling that. Okay, nah, because we gonna understand that this the time that the Lord spoke of. 7 women gonna take hold of one man. You know, all these women, those who are of the elect, the Lord allow or put it on our spirit to take and bring in unto us. We ain't gonna just be running around. Oh, we just sick, sick, sick. No, all hell gonna be breaking loose. That's gonna be the last thing on your mind. But you may get to a point where you just the Lord got you in a good predicament when all hell break loose. You got food, and you in a comfortable place, and it might happen. You know, Or before it get real bad, it might happen. You know, a woman may be pregnant before all hell break loose. You know, the Lord gonna provide for His elect at the end of the day, and there's gonna be women who are pregnant gonna be saved, and the children gonna be saved as well, man. That's a part of the 1/3. You know, the 144,000 is a small number of the elect. You know, that's just the governing body. But the 1/3 is gonna be a larger number than 144,000. But this the book of Isaiah chapter 65 and verse 13, it reads, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Yeah, and the Lord's servants are gonna rejoice. You know, but these people who follow after their own heart gonna be ashamed, man. You know, who trusted in their own heart and leaned upon their own understanding, doing what they want to do, thinking they got it all figured out, thinking all hell wasn't gonna never break loose. They gonna be ashamed in that day, man. Why? Because they never repented. They never repented for the men. You know, and came back to you how about Shem have a shot of women. They never repented and cleaved unto their husbands, those righteous men of the Lord. Or if they don't have a man of the Lord, they didn't cleave to you to the this word, you know, until the Lord put them with a man of the Lord. They didn't do those things, so guess what, man? Judgment is gonna come upon them. They gonna be hungry in that day. You know, like it say, behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. And they talking about mega droughts in the west coast. They talking about diesel shortages in the east coast. And without diesel, guess what that lead to? Famine, because how's the food gonna get to the different stores if all the trucks run off diesel? You know, how is the in the west coast, how the food gonna grow first and foremost? If it you take water to grow crops, you know, it take water to keep the animals and things like the cattle alive, you know, and you're gonna be thirsty as hell, man, because you ain't getting the sufficient of rain in that area, man, because drought. So, but the Lord's servants are gonna drink, but everybody else is gonna be thirsty, man. All those that trust in their own self-willed Israelites, you know, thinking they got it all under control and not have to trust in the Lord, they gonna be thirsty, man. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Yeah, all these people who talking shit, man, you know, coming up against the true doctrine at the end of the day, because it ain't about GMS, it's about the doctrine, man. All those coming up against, oh, the MOTB ain't what GMS say it is. Oh, it ain't gonna be no Jacob Trouble. Jacob Trouble gay. All these different things. Motherfuckers talking crazy. Hey, guess what? You gonna see in that day, man. Then you gonna know that a prophet was amongst you, man. And the servants of the Lord gonna be rejoicing, and all the rest of these people gonna be ashamed, man. You know. But let's get some accounts of the Lord's servants being protected. And this is the book of First Kings, chapter 17. This is the book of First Kings, chapter 17, and verse 1. I start at 1. It say, and Elijah the Tishbite, who was of the inhabitants of Gilead, said unto Ahab, as the Lord Yahweh, as the Lord Yahweh, power of Israel, liveth, before whom I stand, there shall not be dew nor rain these years, but according to my word. You know, hey, tell them like it ain't gonna be no dew or rain, man. A drought is coming upon you. They say, in the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto him, saying, get thee hence, and turn thee eastward, and hide thyself by the brook of Cherith, Cherith, however you say that, that is before Jordan, and it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I had commanded the ravens to feed thee there. The Lord commanded the ravens to feed him there, man. So he went, and that's the example, man, how the Lord gonna protect his elect, man. So he went and did according unto the word of the Lord Yahweh, for he went and dwelt by the brook of Cherith, how you say it, that is before Jordan. And the raven brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening, and he drank of the brook. So he was sustained, you know. And it came to pass after a while that the brook dried up. So the drought affected the brook, you know, because there had been no rain in the land. And the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, Arise and get thee to Rapaph, which belongeth to Zidon, and dwell there. Behold, I command thee a widow woman, there to sustain thee, a widow woman. Verse 10, so he arose and went to Zarephath. And when he came to the gate of the city, behold, the woman was there gathering of sticks. And he called her and said, Fetch me, I pray thee, a little water in a vessel, that I may drink. Verse 11, and say, and she, and as she was going to fetch it, he called to her and said, Bring me, I pray thee, a morsel of bread in thy hand. And she said, as the Lord Yahweh thy power liveth, I have not a cake, but an handful of meal in a barrel, and a little oil in a cruse, a crust, however you say that. And behold, I am gathering 2 sticks, that I may go and dress it for me and my son, that we may eat it and die. So eat this one last meal and die. You know. Verse 13, and Elijah said unto her, Fear not. So trust in the Lord. Don't fear. Trust in Yahweh. Go and do, and ultimately he was saying trust in him, because guess what? He was a servant of the Lord, a great prophet. And Elijah said unto her, Fear not, go and do as thou hast said, but make me thereof a little cake first, and bring it unto me, and after make for thee and for thy son. Yeah. Feed me first, goddamn it. No, I'm just playing. But they go to show you that the man should eat before the children, man. And the woman. You feed your man first. You know. It say, For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, power of Israel, the barrel of meal shall not waste, neither shall the cruse of oil fail, until the day that the Lord send rain upon the earth. So Elijah told her, look, that little bit you got in that barrel, that little bit of barrel meal that you have is not going to waste. And that little bit of oil you have in that crude is not going to run out until the rain come back upon the earth, man. So that was a miracle being performed, because it wasn't enough but one more, basically one more cake, one more, little bit of oil to make one more cake. But what the Lord did, he kept replenishing it, you know. like a magical jar. God damn it, a jar that wouldn't run out, man. You know, the oil didn't run out. That barrel of meal didn't run out until the rain came back. And Elijah said, Salakia. Verse 15, and she went and did according to the saying of Elijah, and she and he and her house did eat many days. And the barrel of meal wasted not, neither did the cruel of oil fail, according to the word of Elijah, according to the word of the Lord, Salakia, which he spake by Elijah. You know, so the Lord was speaking through Elijah, man, and performing miracles, man, by his servants, man. So all these people talking about miracles ain't gonna happen. We gonna see, man. You know, miracle ain't gonna happen till the Lord come back. Well, we gonna fucking see, man. All you faithless Israelites, man, who know that you're Israelites, but you lack faith, man. But GMS lost oil. It say, and the barrel of meal wasted not, neither did the cruel of oil fail, according to the word of Yahweh, which he spake by Elijah. And the Lord say, from the beginning of the earth, he spake by the mouth of the prophets, man. So we come with the words of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. We come with the words of Yahweh, man. You know. So anybody that come up against it, guess what? They coming up against the Lord. It say, and it came to pass after these things that the woman, Salaki, that the son of the woman, the mistress of the house, fell sick, and his sickness was so sore that there was no breath left in him, so he almost died. And she said unto Elijah, what have I to do with thee, O thou man of Yahweh, O thou man of God? It say, art thou come unto me to call my sins to remembrance, and to slay my son? And he said unto her, give me thy son. And he took him out of her bosom, and carried him up unto a loft, where he abode, and laid him upon his bed. And he cried unto the Lord, and said, O my Lord, Yahweh, O Yahweh, my power, hast thou also brought evil upon the widow with whom I sojourn, by slaying her son? You know, so he cried unto the Lord. And he stretched himself upon the child 3 times, and cried unto the Lord, and said, O Lord, my power, I pray thee, let this child's soul come unto him again. And the Lord heard the voice of Elijah, his servant, and the soul of the child came unto him again, and he revived. And Elijah took the child and brought him down out of the chamber unto the house, and delivered him unto his mother. And Elijah said, see, thy son liveth. Barak Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Elijah brought the son back to life, man, through the power of prayer, man, through faith in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And that's just a beautiful story. Matter of fact, I'm gonna finish it. And I wasn't gonna keep going, but you know, these things, the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is gonna come upon us in these times we're coming into. These things are gonna be happening for the Lord's name to be exalted, man. You know, we not called the sons of God for nothing, man. The Lord gonna make miracles happen to show these things, man. Show different accounts, man. Everything written aforetime was written for our learning, man. You know, this chapter, the last verse of verse 24, it say, and the woman said unto Elijah, now by this I know that thou art a man of God. Oh look, didn't the scripture say that? Then shall they know who are my chosen? You know, then shall they know that a prophet was amongst them. The Lord said all these things. Why? To let you people know, or let us know that He gonna do something in these last days to prove that we are the sons of God, man. He gonna prove that we are Yahweh's men, you know, Yahweh's little brothers, man. He gonna do something, man. That's why the scriptures say, "Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power," man. Our people gonna be willing in that day, man. It say, and that the words of the Lord, it and that the word of the Lord. So like, let me read it all over. And the woman said unto Elijah, "Now by this I know that thou art a man of God, and that the word of the Lord in thy mouth is true," man. And that's what the Lord finna do in this time, man. The Lord gonna show that his men are true, man. You know, start with the apostles and the elders on down to his younger brothers, man. You know, Lord willing, we're a part of that number, man. You know, because we always say, Lord willing, we're a part of that number in humility, hoping to be of the elect, man. We prisoners of hope. We don't know. The Lord can take the spirit from us and put our ass in the dirt, man. Have us out here smoking and getting tattoos and eating pork and shrimp crab and just back in the world, man. You know, we pray that the Lord take not his Holy Spirit from us. Keep us in a repentative, humble, lowly state of mind, man. Not looking at ourselves more than we are and doing the things that are requiring of us, man. You know? But let's keep going. There's another account, and then it's account in Bel and the Dragon in the Apocrypha. You know, how the Lord, you know, I'm pretty sure there's more accounts, but these the three I chose three. You know, this the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 13. And when Yahushua heard, who the word English called Jesus, and when Yahushua heard of it, he departed thence by ship unto a desert place apart. And when the people had heard thereof, they followed him on foot out of the city. And Yahushua went forth and saw a great multitude, and was moved with compassion toward them, and healed their sick, and when doing miracles. And when it was evening, his disciples came to him, saying, "This is a desert place, and the time is now past. So like send the multitude away, that they may go into the village and buy themselves victuals, food." And say, but Yahushua said unto them, "They need not depart. Give, give ye them to eat." And they said unto him, "We have here but 5 loaves and 2 fishes." And he said, "Bring them hither to me." And he commanded the multitude to sit down on the grass, and took the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes, and looked up to heaven. He blessed, and he brake and gave the loaves to the disciples, and the disciples to the multitudes, and they did all eat and were filled, and they took up the fragments that remained, 12 baskets full. And they that had eaten were about 5,000 men, besides women and children. You know, about 5,000 men besides women and children, man. Um, Verse 22, it say, "And straightway Yahushua constrained his disciples to get into a ship, and go before him unto the other side, while he sent the multitudes away. And when he had sent the multitudes away, he went up into a mountain apart to pray. And when the even was come, he was there alone." But that's pretty much the point. Finna go into when the Yahweh Shai came to the ship, if I ain't mistaken, walking on the sea, and Peter walked out there and walked on the water as well, man. But that's pretty much the point, man. Going to show, hey, man, we gonna be protected in the times to come. So, like it, let me get this account of Bill and the Dragon. I had it pulled up. Let me see. I just get it. Like it.
All the corruption. It's
So, like it. Let me grab this precept on Bill and the Dragon. Straight to the point. This is the history of the destruction of Baal and the dragon in the Apocrypha. And it's just one chapter long, and I'm going to get straight to the point. This is the book of Baal and the Dragon, chapter 1, verse 30. It say, now when the king saw that they passed him sore being constrained, he delivered Daniel unto them, who was cast unto the lion den, where he was 6 days. And in the lion den there was 7 lions, and they had given them even and they have given them every day 2 carcasses and 2 sheep, which then were not given unto them. So they was feeding the lions, then they stopped feeding the lions. They were feeding the lions every day 2 carcasses or 2 sheep, you know, which then were not given them to the intent that they might devour Daniel. Yeah, so they stopped feeding them. It say verse 33, now there was in Jewry a prophet called Habakkuk, who made who made pottage and had broken bread and who had broken bread in a bowl, and was given unto the field for to bring it to the reapers. But the angel of the Lord said unto Habakkuk, go, carry the dinner that thou hast unto Babylon, unto Daniel, who is in the lion's den. And Habakkuk said, Lord, I never saw Babylon, neither do I know where the den is. Then the angel of the Lord took him by the crown and bear him up by the hair of his head. Bring your head up. Let me stop. And through the vehemency of his spirit set him in Babylon over the lion den. And Habakkuk cried, saying, O Daniel, Daniel, take the dinner which the Lord hath sent thee. And Daniel said, Thou hast remembered me, O Yahweh, neither hast thou forsaken them that seek thee and love thee. And love, where you love the Lord is keeping his commandments. Let me read that again. And Daniel said, Thou hast remembered me, O Yahweh, neither hast thou forsaken them that seek thee and love thee. So Daniel arose and did eat, and the angel of the Lord set Habakkuk in his own place again immediately. So took him back. And it say, upon the 7th day the king went to bewail Daniel, and when he came to the den, he looked in, and behold, Daniel was sitting. Then cried the king with a loud voice, saying, Great art thou, O Yahweh, power of Daniel. And say, O Lord God of Daniel, and there is none other besides thee. And he drew him out and cast those that were the cause of his destruction into the den, and they were devoured in a moment before his face. So the Lord got us, man. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not upon thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him. The Lord ain't gonna forsake us, man. So we just gotta trust in the Lord as things get rougher, man, because things are getting rougher, man. And we gonna begin to feel the pinch, man. We already begin to feel the pinch, the squeeze, man. But the Lord got his men, so that's pretty much the point. Lord willing, this edifying. I want to end it giving all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone Rule, where have been a great example to the younger brothers in the truth, and peace and blessing to the hopeful elect. Shalom. Kwame Yashala, Abba Abba. Shalom.